Hello, everybody. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I've been thinking I need to make a segmented piece. I think I finally figured it out. This is my first attempt, by the way, so you have to excuse the amateur time. As you see, I cut the board and make sure kind of like fit in each other. I already had it banded. I'm gonna glue them together, and I already made some and glued them already. 3 pieces in here and 3 pieces here, as you see. So I'm gonna make 3 more and go from there. Again, like I said, this is amateur time. This is my first attempt anyway. So I think I watched enough video where I could figure out the cutting and stuff, and since this is my first attempt, I had some left over of that walnut boards, and I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna use expensive wood to make something that may fail, and I'll be wasting all that wood. So I said I had these boards laying around. I made the platter and the piece with resin, so I had some left over. I said, well, my first attempt, might as well try this and see how it works. And we'll figure out how it's gonna work, I guess, together, right? So the idea is just to glue them to each other, let them dry, put them in a planer, and glue them to each other. And go from there. So and I know I'm still not that good at editing, so I could use some tip if anybody have any suggestion. I do appreciate the thoughts. Like I said, editing is not my forte. I am a hobbyist. I like to learn things, but when it comes to editing, seems to me I'm having a difficulty. Matter of fact, before my wood hobby, I wanted to learn how to weld, and I did. But one thing I didn't realize until I learned and I got good at it, I didn't like welding. Burn yourself so many times, close all holes all over, and I said, you know what? I want to find another hobby, and that's what it was, next hobby. And before I bought my lathe, or my first lathe, it was a Shopsmith from 1940. I modified it where actually it was doing almost 4,000 RPM. I had a treadmill motor on it with all the controllers and stuff, and forward. Well, I guess my camera stopped recording and I was just talking to myself in the end. That's funny. Anyway, so as I said, I still have my Shopsmith machine. I still use it as my sander and press drill and cutting my board as my table saw, as they say. And I have the Grizzly right now, I believe it is damn, it's been a while since I used it. No, I'm just kidding. G0766. Takes about 22 inches in diameter. Anyway, so go back to my welding thing. Like I said, I was welding as a hobby for a while, but I burned so many clothes I didn't like it. But I decided if I want to stop welding, might as well just build something for myself. And I did. I built myself a trike. And the one I wanted, they didn't sell. It was a meter made from 1940s all the way to 60s. And the police department had them. They had them some in San Francisco. They had some of them in New York and other states, but they only had so many. And I believe I heard somebody said, no, all the officers who were riding them, they were retired with them, so there is no way you could get one. And none of them actually selling. If you see somebody selling one, they would be asking that kind of money for it. And I said, no, I live on disability retirement. I don't have that kind of income to pay that kind of money for a trike. Well, I'll learn how to weld, so I decided I might as well just build myself one. Not that difficult. I went through the internet, found the pictures of the original meter made from the 1940s, the earlier one. I believe it was a Fat Boy Harley. And then I looked around to buy a Harley. I found out, well, that's why they're asking so much money, because the Harley's not cheap. And I remember Honda made a Fat Boy 1100cc. It's actually called Honda Shadow Fat Boy, the nickname. And I went and got myself one. Took it apart. Everybody says, what are you doing? This is a collector. People don't take it apart. So, well, I'm not a biker. I don't need a bike. I need a trike. Shame, what are you doing? I said, yeah, well, when I finish, you're not going to say that. And they were laughing. What do you mean, when you finish, you're not going to say that? I said, well, you'll see what I'm building with it. So in the end, I took it apart and started welding pieces and went to the CHP. It passed all the welding, all the modification I did. It ended up to become about 10 feet long, which is that's how long they were. And it is 4 feet wide. The trunk is about 4 by 4 by 21 deep. Actually, I use it to go shopping, grocery shopping. That's how big is the trunk. And I'll show you guys pictures at the end of this video, if you don't mind hanging around to the end. It's everybody asks me, this is one of a kind. I said, yeah, it is, because I build it. It's some people even ask me, you should even continue doing what you're doing, building those things. I said, no, I want it to be one of a kind, and it is one of a kind, and I want to keep it that way. And I gave that bike has a 5-speed transmission, and I kept that, the original 5-speed transmission on it. But what I added, I got a PTO from the tow truck, where they lift your tow. When they tow your car, they lift it on the flatbed part of it. I got one of those because I have a strong gear capacity, and I added on the bike. So my bike now, it will do Five gears go forward, five gears go reverse if I want to, which is, I don't think I could do that, it's dangerous. And five gear, I could do neutral because that PTO has forward, reverse, and neutral only. So when I park in the parking lot, people say, "Oh, poor guy is gonna push his bike." Right, and they kind of like stare at me with awe. It's like, dang, this thing has a gear, a reverse gear. It's not a battery operated. And actually, I could make it burn rubber going reverse just like forward. So, like I said, I finished building the bike. I have some photos and some videos of it. I'll add them on the end of this video. You get to see it too. And when I was done, I said, this is it. I put my welding machine on the corner, because I still use it for my wood hobby if I need to weld something or build something. So I got into that with my shopsmith, and I fell in love watching all the pros. And one of my favorite was because he made it fun doing Doug at Burn, Phil Burn, and Kim in Florida, Kim Tippin. Uh, she's actually an artist in a way like me, so I kind of liked what they were building with just piece of wood. And I watched so many video, I decided, you know what, and I watch all, all the professional well-known names. They just make it sounds easy, which is that what it looked like in the beginning. Not until you get to it you realize it's really not that easy. You've seen some of the videos how the pieces of wood just flying off, and you know what? Yeah, it's not that easy. It's easy if you want it, if you a handyman, or are you type of do-it-yourself type of man. Yeah, you could make thing out of it, but you got to be careful. A mistake could cost you quite a bit, if not take you to the hospital. It's like this jig I just built it, matter of fact, right now, for the purpose of keeping my glue up in one piece and keeping it and tight where the pieces won't shift on you. And as I get to building things, I got to like it more and more. And as I did it, I realized I really want to continue this, and I did. Good morning, everybody. It's the next day. As you see, my segmented piece ready, dried, and last night I glued this piece into it, walnut. It's on the cold jaw. I just need to trim a little bit, get the recess for the chuck, flip it, and start working on it. But since I'm gonna be in this area, I might as well just get it done over here so I don't have to come back for it. Wish me luck. Running at about 500 RPM. Mass penetration on. Finished sanding down the piece to 600. Clean it with teenager alcohol, sand and sealer. And we gotta flip it and hollow the inside, or do the inside. Finish the outside for right now. Burn my label. Gonna chuck it and flip it. Alright, I'm gonna start sanding from, again, like always, 80 to 600, 800. Get you guys after the sanding. Oh. Finished sanding from 80 to 600. I don't want to blow my own horn, but not bad for first attempt, right? Can't wait to do something with art design in it. This is just basic to get the concept of segmented pieces. I think I got the idea. I just have to, and I've been told this is nothing compared to doing the art piece. It's a lot harder because you have to do the math of the pieces together. Again, I'm not good in math, but it's all right. It's a visual thing too, so I'm good at that. Teenager alcohol cleaned up. My homemade sand sealer with ton oil. I like it because it's sand seal and it gives it a nice shine. So kind of start slow. That's only the first coat. I'm gonna do the sand and polish, wax, Obi Shine juice. Just gotta wait 30 minutes for this thing to dry. I hope you guys like what you see. Again, not bad for first time attempt and segmented. This is just the wood. I thought it was a gap, but it's not. It's like this. There's a few of them. I thought they were opening, but they're not. You cannot even put your nail through. I'll see you all in 30. Well, time for sanding base and ton wax finisher. And Obi Shine juice. So it's been 30 minutes, time to polish the wax and Obi Shine juice. And that's what she looked like on the outside. The base is a dark walnut. And this is my first segmented piece. I hope you guys like it. If you do, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you have any comment, I would love to hear it. I reply to each and one of them. Thank you for visiting my channel. Do me a favor, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend. And there it is, done finally. They're 12-piece segmented and they're 8 high. You do the math. I don't want to blow my horn, but first attempt, not bad, I think. It's dark walnut and light walnut. I like the way it changes the color. they call chatoyan. I think that's what they call it. Not bad. Don't want to put fingerprint on it yet. And there she is. And that is my first attempt of many incoming next project. I love the idea. I would like to make more, do some pattern, but they are time consuming. It takes weeks just to get it ready. Cutting, gluing, waiting. And not too long to just turn it, because you really don't have to hollow nothing. You just have to get everything together and lined up. Just have to do the math part of it right, so you have enough meat to remove and still have the body